Well, it is my pleasure to participate in the 6th anniversary, and now I see that 6 years have passed, and from my own point of view that nothing has happened. Actually, it is not enough to declare that we have rights, but I think that we need to take action in order to get these rights. So I think that personally I have attended courses on culture of peace and workshops on peace and peace education, but I don't know how to implement this theoretical background. So I'm addressing all the panels and I'm asking them what is the role of youth, of young people, in order to implement a culture of peace and in order to get our rights, in order to build a more peaceful world. So I'm addressing all the panels to cooperate with us in order to organize projects so that we can get our rights and we can work on building a more peaceful world. So thank you so much.
Okay. So does anyone wants to comment? Or did your question goes to someone specific? General. Anyone?
I agree. We actually, I mean, talking about human rights is one thing. We actually have to make it happen. So I agree. I don't think we can really say that we've made no progress. I think we've made enormous progress in many parts of the world, although there's still many problems. And so, yeah, that's my only comment. I did have something to say from earlier. Talking about the distinction between education and learning, and I think that's a fantastic point. I think it's absolutely true. The thought that I had is that the best education is that which prepares one for learning, and learning can take place across a lifetime.
Okay, you wanted to say?
No, he answered all right.
Okay. Okay, over to you, Patricia. From your audience, perhaps.
Perhaps later, if you do have a question here or here? No? Okay. Do you have one question? 1 minute, yes.
My name is Ariel Court, and I'm from the Canadian Peace Research and Education Association, and from the Unitarian Universalist United Nations office. And I'm very happy to be attending this conference. Personally, I believe that we have reached a stage in the human condition where we have to have a world in one piece, or it will be a world in pieces. And I believe that we have to unite our energies and forces and intelligence worldwide so that we can have a world without war under the rule of law. I feel at the present time, very sadly for the whole of humanity, certain powers and groups are behaving in a way which is deliberately gambling with the future of the whole of humanity. It's a deliberate gamble, and I personally believe that it is no longer tolerable to humanity, and I hope that we who are associated with the United Nations can play our share to ensure that we shall have a world in one piece instead of a world in pieces. I should love to have some comments. I much appreciated what has been said hitherto.
Thank you very much. Do you have also a comment?
This is very thrilling. I was in Egypt a few years ago and was not able to go to Alexandria. And here I am in Alexandria. I also work with the United Nations Association in Connecticut, and we are preparing for the 60th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and I will bring this back to our next planning meeting and hope we can have a YouTube version of this or something like that. And I have a question for the founder of Wikipedia. I teach at a university, and there are many people who say, oh, Wikipedia, I don't allow my students to use it. I want them to learn from the experts. And I am saying I'm going to quote you now saying education is preparation for learning, and I experienced a wonderful Wikipedia workshop at the World Social Forum in Atlanta. Actually, it was the American Social Forum in Atlanta, and I'm a big Wikipedia fan, so I wonder if someone could comment on the reputation, I guess, reputability of Wikipedia in universities in Europe and in Egypt.
Thank you very much. Yes, the microphone goes to Alexandria. Jimmy Grace, perhaps.
Yeah, so what I always say is that if a college professor tells their students don't use Wikipedia, I say you can also tell them not to listen to pop music, but they will. It's not a very helpful piece of advice. Instead, what you need to do is teach your students about the strengths and the weaknesses of Wikipedia and think about how to give them the tools to use Wikipedia appropriately. If you've done that, then you've given your students a fabulous resource that will be with them for their entire life, which is going to be more and more important because the diverse sources of information that are going to be available to people are far more than what we had 50 or even 20 years ago. So for me, saying don't use Wikipedia is, well, it's a bit funny.
Yes. Another comment here. Is that okay, Patricia?
This is just to answer for universities in Egypt. I'm going to speak for myself as a university professor. What I ask my students to do is, yes, go and look at Wikipedia if you're having a presentation, but if you're doing research, you have to go and look at books. So it's, it's a starting point. Okay.
Okay.